Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. Hi. How are you all?
We're fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm also fine. So let me open that paper, that question paper. No, not question paper. Notes of the chapter. Okay. So from where we have to start, Risha? Risha,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
from where we have to start?
Ma'am, we finished that RH factor.
But
So
from
we have to
coagulation of blood.
coagulation of blood. We have to start from here. Hello, Shreya.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay. So anyone of you have any doubt till last class जो भी हमने पढ़ा है उसमें if you have any doubt you can ask me, otherwise I will proceed. How are you, Anavadya?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I am also fine. After long time you joined class.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Shreya, you can on your video beta. Where is Risha?
Ma'am, my camera isn't working today.
Okay,
That's why I
okay,
didn't on
fine.
it.
Okay, fine. कैसे हो Risha?
Yes, ma'am. I'm fine.
Okay. Should I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So coagulation of blood. We will start this chapter from here. Okay. So it is a very specific property of a blood that it coagulates or clots in response to an injury in humans. So you must have observed that whenever you get hurt or get injured, then after some time the blood stop coming, like the blood flow will stop, and after 1 to 2 days you will see like a brown or a blackish color thing covering that particular area, that is known as blood clot. So why this happens? It happens, Risha, please concentrate in class, beta. Okay. This happens to prevent the excessive loss of blood from the body. So what is a clot? It is a clot or coagulum that is formed mainly because of the fibrin network, that are fibrin. What is fibrin? They are the thread material or thread like substances that are responsible for formation of this blood clots. Okay, so these fibrins are formed by the conversion of inactive fibrinogens in the plasma by enzyme thrombin. So to understand the theory, first we have to consider this okay, this diagram, this flow chart actually. So whenever we get you all are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So whenever our cells are injured, or like we get injured from some, like at some place in our body, then these injured tissues releases like some calcium proteins. Along with that, the blood platelets that are responsible for formation of the blood clot, they get disintegrate and releases platelet factor 3, that is also known as thromboplastin. So the calcium that are released from the injured cells and the platelet thromboplastin or normal thromboplastin that is released from the blood platelets, what they do, they inactivates the heparin and do catalysis. that is responsible for conversion of prothrombin to thrombin, that in turn catalyzes conversion of fibrinogen to fibrin, plus blood cells and the clot cell is formed. So this is the method, this is the flow chart you have to learn. Is there any doubt in this flow chart? This is simply whatever it is given, you have to learn it. What, Risha?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है? Understand? Yeah, I should repeat. Asmi
No,
and Anand.
ma'am.
Okay. So, actually, this is the theory that is explained in this flow chart. So, should I repeat this theory again? This
Ma'am,
flow,
can you show the flow chart?
yeah, I have already shown. I can show it once more. This is the flow chart that explains the like clotting, how the blood clots, what are the things that are involved in clotting of the blood, and what are the steps that occur during the blood clotting. This is a flow chart, and the small theory related to flow chart is also given here. You can correlate this theory with that flow chart. Whenever you get injured, then the injured cells and the platelets, they disintegrate at the site of wound, and they releases the thromboplastin or thrombokinase enzyme that helps the calcium ions to convert the prothrombin to thrombin. That this thrombin in presence of calcium ion again reacts with the soluble fibrinogen and converts it into fibrin. So what is fibrin? It is a solid substance that is formed from the thread-like substances or thread-like network. Where the wound occurred at that site, it will be formed. So these blood cells are then trapped in network of fibrin, means the blood cells that are loosed when we get wound, then these blood cells become loose and blood flow started. But this fibrin network covers the blood cells, because of which the blood cells are trapped within this fibrin network, and the blood shrinks and squeezes out the rest of the plasma in form of clear liquid, and this solid mass which is left behind is known as clot or the blood, like this coagulation or clotting. So this thing that is shown in this flow chart is explained in the theory below and above. So is there any Asmi, should I repeat this, beta? It seems that you
Yeah, ma'am. Can you repeat the flow chart once? Can you?
yeah, okay. That's why I have not like read that theory, because if you understand this flow chart, the theory you can like learn it by yourself. Okay. So suppose you get injured at some place, then what happens? These injured cells releases calcium, and at the same time these platelets are responsible for formation of blood clot. Okay. At the same time, these blood platelets and get disintegrated, and they releases the platelet factor 3, that is also known as thromboplastin. So this thromboplastin in presence of calcium inactivates the heparin. Heparin is an protein or enzyme that is present in our blood, that is responsible for thinning or thickening of the blood. Mainly it is responsible for thinning of the blood, और blood का जो concentration होता है, that the particular concentration in which the blood should be present, it should not be very much thick, it should not be very much thin. So this heparin is responsible for that. So this heparin what do? Catalyzes prothrombin to thrombin, and this again is catalyzed by like this again thrombin catalyzes fibrinogen into fibrin plus blood cells. So these fibrin traps the blood cells and form the blood clot. So this is the flow chart, and this is the theory given here. So you can first learn theory and then correlate it with flow chart, or you can learn that flow chart and relate it with this theory.
Flow
Okay.
chart will be easier.
Now flow chart will be easier, and the theory that you should explain while reading the flow chart or after understanding the flow chart is also given here. So you can like do both at the same time. ठीक है Risha and Anvadya, should I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Shreya, you got it, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So lymph. What is lymph? आज ये क्या हो रहा है? Okay. What is lymph? It is also known as tissue fluid. So the blood, as the blood passes through the capillaries in tissues. So I think I should not, there is no need to explain what are capillaries, blood capillaries, you all know, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as the blood passes through the capillaries in the tissues, some water also go along with small water soluble substances, and they move out into the spaces between the cells and the tissues, leaving large proteins and most of the formed elements in the blood vessels. So what happened as the blood is what happened, some water, some amount of particular amount of water and some of the water soluble substances, they move out and come in between the cells of the tissues, because of which a large amount of proteins or the larger size proteins and most of the formed animals. So what are the formed animals elements? I have already explained in the last class, so you can see the video and then you can understand what is formed elements. Okay. Okay. So this fluid that is released out, it is known as interstitial fluid or the tissue fluid. So this fluid has the same mineral distribution that the plasma has. So Risha, what is the maximum amount, like which substance is present in the plasma in maximum amount? Plasma consists of two things. Shreya, you can also answer if you remember. Plasma consists of two things. First thing, plasma will be present in the maximum amount in the हमारे blood में. Plasma constitutes सबसे ज़्यादा part. Plasma constitutes, and plasma is again made up of two things.
Proteins.
Proteins with three types के proteins हैं. And what is the thing that is present in the maximum amount in plasma, or the maximum portion of the plasma is contributed or covered by which thing? Very easy answer, Risha, Shreya. What happened?
Water.
Yeah, water. Okay. So 90 to 92% of portion of plasma is composed of water, and remaining 8 to 6% is constituted by the proteins. So there are three types of proteins. You remember the names of the proteins? I told you in last class. I think you all are not paying attention towards biology class. And this is not very good thing. From now onwards, I'm also going to become very strict like other teachers. I will not give you extra time, no extra marks. Then only you will pay attention towards your biology class. Shreya, your voice is very low, beta. I'm not able to hear your voice.
Ma'am, albumin and fibrinogen.
Haan, one more is there. चलो ठीक है, leave it.
Ma'am, clotting factors.
No clotting factor, beta. Three enzymes were there that were present in the plasma.
Ma'am, I remember only two.
Okay, it's fine. कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so this fluid that is also known as interstitial fluid, it is present in the plasma. So exchange of nutrients and gases that occurs between the blood and the cells always occurs through this fluid. Okay, so gases exchange between the blood and the globulins.
Albumin and fibrinogen.
Yeah, your voice is very low, beta. I'm barely able to hear your voice. Please increase the volume of your that laptop or system.
Ma'am, now is it okay?
Okay. Fine. Okay. So an elaborate network of vessels, also known as lymphatic system, this collects this fluid and drains it back to the major veins. This fluid present in the lymphatic system is known as lymph. So what is lymph? Lymph is a fluid that is present in the lymphatic system. And what is lymphatic system? this lymphatic system is it is a network of vessels. So many vessels combine to form a network that is known as lymphatic system. And what is the work of the lymphatic system? It collects the fluid, that is which fluid? This interstitial fluid, and drains it back to main veins. खूब सारे vessels का network is known as lymphatic system. The main function of this lymphatic system is to collect the fluid, that is the interstitial fluid that is released between the cells, and it drains back this fluid into the major veins, and the fluid that is present in the lymphatic system is known as lymph. So समझ में आ रहा है या ट्रेन चल रही है? Like थोड़ा और स्लो होना चाहिए स्पीड मेरा.
हम समझ में आ रहा है.
फाइन. ऋषा, अनवद्या.
Yes, ma'am, it's fine.
अनवद्या इतने दिन क्लास में क्यों नहीं आए बेटा?
From the last class.
Last
Ma'am,
क्या? I don't know कि when you attended your last class. I don't remember.
Ma'am, before the exams I attended. Last class, ma'am, I don't have my glasses, so I was having a major headache. So that's why I couldn't attend. Yeah.
So क्या हुआ glasses को?
No, my power increased, so I had to give it to get it exchanged.
Okay. So have you seen the videos of last classes?
Ma'am, I saw it today morning. I only saw like the first bit. I couldn't finish it.
So what's the status of biomolecule chapter? Have you seen the videos of that chapter? You understand anything? Have you attended the class?
I sat. Yeah, ma'am. I finished the whole biomolecules with you.
Okay, I don't remember actually. Asmi was not there, है ना? And
Yeah.
Asmi? Okay, fine. Okay. So what is lymph? The exact definition of lymph is, it is a colorless fluid that consists of specialized lymphocytes. What are lymphocytes, Risha? What happened, Risha? You are also not paying attention. You are attending class regularly, but what happened?
I'm not revising, probably that's why.
No, beta, you should revise. You should give equal importance to biology. Similar to
Ma'am, actually we are completing the Sapiens work only, ma'am, the assignments. So
Okay.
there's literally no time to revise till 7. So that's why.
Okay, ठीक है. So till 7 you have to submit biology
Yes, ma'am.
assessment also. ठीक है. So they consist of specialized lymphocytes that are responsible for the immune response of the body. What is lymph is also an important carrier for nutrients, hormones, etc. And one of the important function is that fats are absorbed through lymph in the lecitins present in the intestinal villi. So it is in like a particular area that is present in the intestine villi. Intestine जब पढ़ेंगे then we will read this. So this is an like function, but this is a definition for lymph. If someone asks you what is lymph and what are its function, then you have to answer this.
What's lacteals exactly?
It is in like a particular area that is present in the intestine. जब हम if we have digestive system है क्या हमारे system में हमारे syllabus में? If it will be present, then we will like study it in that.
Mama, our school skipped that chapter. I don't know if it's there. Digestion and absorption, right?
Yeah, digestion
Yeah.
should be there in your syllabus, I think.
It was before breathing and exchange of gases. We skipped that chapter.
Okay, please ask your ma'am or go and see syllabus if it is present in syllabus or not, and then tell me so that I can. So what is lecitins exactly is? It is a capillary, or it is a lymphatic type of capillary that is mainly responsible for absorption of dietary fats that are present in the villi or the small intestine. Okay, so it is mainly responsible for the absorption of the dietary fats, and they are a type of capillaries. Okay, So these lecitals are also a type of capillaries that are present in the small intestine, and they are responsible for the absorption of the fats. Okay.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
the digestion chapter has been deleted completely. It's
Then
not
all the
there.
chapters that are deleted, all then we will be doing these chapter in the last, after finishing our syllabus that is coming in your 11th standard. Then we have to prepare everything according to need. So the things that are like removed from your syllabus for your 11th standard, then we will be doing those chapter in last, after completing our complete syllabus. So chapter 6, I think the anatomy chapter, anatomy of flowering plant, and this chapter we will be doing in last. So in which chapter is started in your school? This is finished, this chapter?
I'm almost finished.
Okay, then we will also finish this chapter today only. Then do you have any idea which chapter your ma'am is going to start next?
It might be excretory, but I am not sure because it's there in portion.
Okay, see, ठीक है, चलो देखते हैं. So circulatory pathways. So closed and open circulation, like closed and open circulation, I have already explained you earlier. Closed type and open type of circulation. So I'm not going to like read this again, because this thing I have already explained you 2 times. I think in 2 chapters I have explained you about closed and open type of circulatory system. So Shreya, should I explain you?
No need, ma'am. It's good. I can understand.
Because it's easy, and I have also added diagrams, because I think I should, chalo main pad hi leti hu ek baar, because Shreya is new, no, I should repeat. Fine. So there are 2 types of circulatory patterns, open and closed types. So what is difference between open and closed type of circulation is that open circulatory system is present in which animals? In arthropods and mollusks. What will happen during the open circulatory system? In this, the blood is pumped by the heart. So this is the open type of circulatory system. It is the heart. Now the heart is pumping blood directly, and the blood passes through the heart through large vessels into open spaces, or the body cavities is known as sinuses. So what will happen during open circulatory system? The blood is pumped out of the heart directly into the external surroundings. Okay, कोई भी कुछ भी capillaries are not present there to
Carry the
to
blood.
release that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Got it.
So where what happened? What is the closed type of circulatory system, and it is present in which animals? So closed circulatory system is present in annelids and chordates. So what will happen during this time? Here the blood is pumped by the heart, and it is always circulated through a closed network of blood vessels. So this is heart. The blood is pumped through this, and these are the small vessels. So they will pass through these vessels, and then this pattern is considered to be more advantageous, as the flow of fluid can be more precisely regulated. So what is difference between closed and open type of circulatory system? It is clear, Risha? Shreya?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है बेटा, हार्ट से डायरेक्ट इफ इट इज रिलीज्ड इनटू द लाइक क्या कहेंगे हम, ब्लड में, then it is known blood meaning into the what we can say body spaces, then it is known as open circulatory system. And in closed circulatory system, the heart pumps the blood into few vessels or capillaries, and this blood is then pumped into the body with the help of these capillaries. Then it is closed type of circulatory system. You should learn the examples along with the definition also. Okay, open and closed type of circulatory system are present in which type of animals? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
The question can be asked, what is like comparative question, what is closed and open type of circulatory? Explain, give along with examples. So you should draw this diagram, this and this diagram. This is not required, and then you should answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we are going to study about the heart. So heart, all the vertebrates consist of the muscular chambered heart. What do you understand by muscular chambered heart? Can anyone of you can explain me or can answer what is muscular chambered heart? Asmi, Can you explain, beta? What do you understand by this line, muscular chambered heart?
Mostly it comprises of muscles completely,
Yeah, cardiac
and
muscle.
yeah, cardiac muscles, and muscles are the ones which they take out the processes and help them pump blood in and
And
out
they
of
are
the.
and they are divided into different chambers. Okay. Okay, so fishes consist of two chambered heart with an atrium and a ventricle. So this is the heart. Fish ka heart I have not added. No. Okay. Heart of fish. So it is composed of atrium and ventricle. Okay, so two chambered heart. Yeah. This is ventricle and this is atrium. So fishes have two chambered heart with an atrium that is present below and the ventricle. So what is difference between ventricle and atrium? Ventricle is responsible for pumping the blood out of the heart. Okay, and atrium is responsible for receiving the blood returning to heart. Okay, so anything that that is responsible for flowing the blood out of the heart is ventricle and into the heart is atrium. So blood enters into heart through atrium and blood leaves heart through ventricle. So like don't get confused and don't forget what is the difference between ventricle and atrium. You can also remember this atrium. A is first, like first letter, so first alphabet. So you should remember it like this. A first it will come. So blood will come through it, and V comes after A. So blood will go out of the heart through it. अगर ऐसे confusion होता हो तो you can remember it like this also, that A comes first. So first तो blood आएगा heart में, तब oxygenated होगा, then it will go out. So A comes first. So it is responsible for blood flowing or receiving the blood to the heart, and ventricle is responsible for pumping the blood out of the heart. You can remember it like this only. Okay. So when amphibians and the reptiles, except the crocodile is an exception where three-chambered heart will not be present. I think I have explained this earlier also. Risha, you remember that crocodile consists of four-chambered heart or two-chambered heart? I think, I don't know. I don't remember. I think it consists of four-chambered heart.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So amphibians and reptiles consist of three-chambered heart. So what is difference between the heart of fish and amphibians is that fishes consist of two-chambered heart with one atrium and one ventricle, whereas amphibians and reptiles consist of three-chambered heart with two atria and a single ventricle. Okay. Whereas crocodiles, birds and mammals, they possess four-chambered heart with two atria and two ventricles. So how does the two-chambered heart and three-chambered heart looks like? I will show you. This is three-chambered heart. So this is three-chambered heart. So this is one atrium, this is right atrium, and this is ventricle. This is three-chambered heart. So what happens? The blood enters blood enters from the lungs with the into this atrium and then goes into the ventricle, and then it again goes out. Blood flows to the lungs. Okay, और यहाँ left right वाले portion का what will happen? This is deoxygenated. Blue one is oxygenated blood, I think.
Blue one is generally deoxygenated.
Blue is deoxygenated.
Yeah, and red is oxygenated.
हाँ, hemoglobin की वजह से. Okay. So this is the pathway of deoxygenation. This is the pathway of oxygenated blood. Well, I'm just trying to explain you how does the three-chambered heart will look like. Mechanism we will study now. Okay. So three-chambered heart will have two atrium, right and left atrium, and ventricle will be common. So four-chambered heart कैसा दिखेगा? This is the diagram of four-chambered heart. Four-chambered heart consists of two atrium and two ventricle. So this is right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and they are divided into two chambers, consist of to right and left atrium and ventricles. Okay. So now we will go to towards theory. Okay. So what is the mechanism through which the blood is flowing into the fishes? Shreya, you are getting, beta? You are understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Asmi, Anvadya, सबको आ रहा है ना समझ में?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. What happens in case of fishes? The heart pumps out deoxygenated blood. Heart pumps out deoxygenated blood means the blood without oxygen. Okay, which is oxygenated by the gills and supplied to the body parts from where the deoxygenated blood is returned to the heart. So this is the heart of the fish. What happens? It pumps out deoxygenated blood, and this deoxygenated blood becomes oxygenated in gills. What is the, so how does the blood become oxygenated? I have already explained you in that last chapter, respiratory wala chapter mein. So I will not repeat the mechanism again. Risha,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
remember how the blood get oxygenated and deoxygenated? You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Anvadya, you were not there. Asmi, you were there when
No, ma'am, I wasn't there.
Anvadya, you was there. तुम थी क्या उसमें respiratory वाले chapter में?
Yes, ma'am. I was not sick. I was just not there for the last class. And
but मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है that you came after a long time? I don't
yeah,
know.
ma'am, because we had our exams in between, so we didn't have class also.
अच्छा
That's
अच्छा.
why-
How was your वैसे how was your biology exam?
Ma'am, it was very
Yes, ma'am. It was good. Yeah.
Got good. ठीक है. अच्छा है. So paper was good. Your preparation was very good. क्या good था?
both.
Yeah, ma'am. Both. Actually, bio is one of the few exams which were good. Like in
Good. अच्छा है. Actually we finished our syllabus and we conducted tests. So तो लगता है कि you have studied. Last time में क्या I was not able to take your test. No. So थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हुआ होगा. Okay. Now what will happen in case of three chambered heart? The left atrium receives, इसमें क्या है? Chambers नहीं है, एक atrium और एक ventricle है, इसीलिए the deoxygenated blood is released and the gills is responsible for oxygenation of the blood, and that oxygenated blood is supplied to the part like whole body, and again the deoxygenated blood is returned to the heart. Yeah, it's very simple in case of two chambered heart. Now in case of three chambered heart, what happens? This is left atrium, this is right atrium. So the left atrium, this left atrium receives the oxygenated blood. Risha, I was right.
yes, ma'am.
This blue line represents oxygenated blood and red line represents deoxygenated blood.
Actually, in what we had learned is, I mean, it depends also, right? Like in our previous textbooks, blue was deoxygenated and red was oxygenated.
I don't remember. Yeah, मुझे नहीं पता है. हो सकता है इसमें भी वही हो. I have not seen that diagram. ठीक है, देखते हैं. कुछ भी हो ना. Explain and समझ में आना चाहिए. Okay. So the left atrium receives the oxygenated blood from lungs. So oxygenated blood from lungs enters into the left atrium. So and the right atrium gets deoxygenated blood from other parts of body. Acha. Okay. So both the process will occur together. Oxygenated blood from lungs, skin or gills will enter into the left atrium, and the deoxygenated blood from other parts of the body will enter into the right atrium. So the oxygenated and deoxygenated both type of blood will come into the ventricle and mix up in the single ventricle, which then pumps out mixed blood, that is incomplete circulation. So दोनों oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will be entered. Oxygenated blood will enter into lungs and deoxygenated blood will again go into the body. So ये जो three chambered heart है, it is responsible for like it is known as incomplete double circulation. क्योंकि ventricle is common, so oxygenated and deoxygenated blood get mixed up in this ventricle. So if someone asks you like 4-chambered heart होने का what is the benefit? So you should say because both atrium and ventricle are separated, so oxygenated and deoxygenated blood ka mixing up is not possible. This is the drawback of 3-chambered heart, that it consists of 2 atrium to receive the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, but it consists of single ventricle, jisse this oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will get mixed up. Okay, so this is the drawback of 3-chambered heart. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is also known as incomplete type of double circulation. In case of birds and mammals, this is the, now I am explaining you 4-chambered heart. 3-chambered heart समझ में आया ना सबको? Should I proceed? Or
Yes,
should
ma'am.
I explain you 3-chambered heart once more?
Ma'am, can you first explain 4-chambered heart first? Then
Achha.
if we have...
Okay. So this is 4-chambered heart. First see the diagram. This is right atrium. This is right ventricle. Left atrium, left ventricle. It is divided into 2 chamber. 1 chamber, right chamber consists of these 2 things, and left chamber consists of these 2 things. So what happens here? The oxygenated and deoxygenated blood are received by the left and right atria. So oxygenated and deoxygenated both type of blood are entered into. Oxygenated blood will be received by the left atrium and deoxygenated blood is received by the right atrium. So where is right atrium? This is left atrium. इसमें क्या आएगा? Oxygenated blood with oxygen. This is right atrium. It will receive deoxygenated blood, and then it is passed on to the ventricles on the same side. So oxygenated blood that is received by the left atrium will enter into the left ventricle. Deoxygenated blood that enters into the right atrium will enter into the right ventricle. So the ventricles pump it out without any mixing up. So because the ventricles are we can say separate, so they pump out these blood without any mixing. 2 separate circulatory pathways are present in these organisms, hence it is known as double circulation. So now you understand, Asmi?
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, but in the 3-chambered heart circulation, when does it pass through the lungs and when does it pass through the other body parts?
By oxygenated hoga, then it will enter in, then it will reach to other body parts, and deoxygenated hoga, then it will enter into the lungs. क्योंकि lungs में respiration will occur and oxygenation will
like
मतलब occur.
Hemoglobin. Ma'am, in 4-chambered hearts, first deoxygenated blood from all the body parts enter the left auricle, then left ventricle, then they go to the lungs, and then from there it enters right auricle, right ventricle, and then to the other body parts, right?
Yeah.
So I'm asking the same for the 3-chambered hearts. When will it enter the lungs or gills?
Both will occur together. इसमें साथ में ही हो रहा है. See, the left atrium receives the oxygenated blood from the gills, lungs and skin, and the right atrium gets the oxygenated blood from other parts of body. दोनों साथ में आए, लेकिन यहाँ पे उसमें क्या थे? Because ventricles are separate, so दोनों process will occur together separately. Here, because they have common ventricle, इसलिए the blood get mixed up, and again the deoxygenated blood will enter to the lungs, and oxygenated blood will go out of the body. यहाँ पे ये प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम? इसमें कुछ नहीं है, because they have separate ventricles, so दोनों process can occur together. Deoxygenated blood become oxygenated in the lungs and then can go out. और यहाँ पे ऐसे होता रहेगा. जो deoxygenated blood होगा, it will go out of the blood, out of the heart, and will reach to the lungs where it get oxygenated. Then it is released to the different parts of body. ऐसे होगा. ठीक है?
So, ma'am, in the 3-chambered hearts, when the when the blood comes out of the heart after oxygenation, it's actually deoxygenated only because there's a mix up of oxygenated and deoxygenated,
हाँ,
right?
इसीलिए तो फिर ये this process is like quite difficult or complicated. इसीलिए we can't say it is like complete double circulation. It is incomplete double circulation, and complete double circulation is found in the members that have 4-chambered heart, that is birds and mammals. And what is the process is given here.
Ma'am, actually, ma'am, could you go to the 3-chambered heart once? Ma'am, so when the blood mixes, ma'am, does it go to the lung or does it go to the different parts of the body?
फिर it depends it is oxygenated or deoxygenated.
Ma'am,
मतलब
it's
उनका
getting
separation या मिक्सिंग का मतलब ये है कि उनका सेपरेशन नहीं हो पा रहा है. लाइक जैसे उसमें लेफ्ट एंड राइट एट्रियम इन केस ऑफ 4-chambered हार्ट are sure that this is oxygenated and this is deoxygenated, or though process they both of those two processes are occurring simultaneously. यहाँ पे क्या होगा, deoxygenated and oxygenated blood का mixing up तो होगा, लेकिन always the oxygenated blood will be reached to the body and deoxygenated blood will enter into the lungs.
How does it know that it's oxygenated or
मिक्सिंग का मतलब ये है कि वो सेपरेट नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होगा कि डीऑक्सीजनेटेड जो होगा वो भी ऑक्सीजनेटेड हो जाएगा और ऑक्सीजनेटेड जो होगा वो भी डीऑक्सी यू वांट टू क्लैरिफाई दिस ओनली दैट इन वेंट्रिकल कहीं ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड तो डीऑक्सीजनेटेड नहीं हो जाएगा. यू वांट टू आस्क ओनली दैट.
No, ma'am, like I am asking, like, so the mixed blood only goes to the different parts of the body. Ma'am, ventricles, in the ventricles the blood gets mixed, right? So that mixed blood only goes to the other parts of the body, right?
Body, and again mixed blood गया, again उसमें से जो oxygenated था वो lungs के पास चला जाएगा और जो deoxygenated था that will enter into the oxygenated will enter into the body and deoxygenated will enter into the lungs.
Ma'am, how, ma'am, when the blood is getting...
So, ma'am, once it goes into the lungs, what's the procedure? How is the blood purified there?
I already explained it in the respiratory chapter. If you remember, Risha. How does the gases exchange takes place? How does the hemoglobin carry oxygen, and how does this oxygenation and deoxygenation occur? I already explained in the last chapter. That is the respiratory chapter.
मैम हार्ट में completely mix नहीं हो जाता, like partially वो majority deoxygenated और आधा आधा वैसे होता है.
So it depend करता है partial pressure पे. I am again repeating, Risha, you should have answered कैसे हो जाता. It depends on the partial pressure of oxygen. If the partial pressure of oxygen is less inside our lungs, then oxygen will enter into our body. And if the partial pressure of oxygen is more outside the, not oxygen, carbon dioxide is more outside the lungs, then carbon dioxide will released. You remember that, Risha?
That's not actually my question.
I know. I'm not answering your question. I'm answering Asmi's question. You would have answered it. She's asking, no, how does this oxygenation and deoxygenation occur in the lungs? I'm giving her answer. I'm not answering your question.
Okay.
Asmi, you should have seen that videos of the respiratory chapter.
Ma'am, now I'll see it, ma'am. For the next
Wait, Risha. Wait, I will also answer your question. So what you exactly want to ask is, how does the blood goes out into the body in case of 3-chambered?
Ma'am, my question is like, why are the lungs even there? like अगर blood को mix ही होना है, then why does it need to get oxygenated?
So this is in case of 3-chambered heart, and we are interested in 4-chambered heart. This is simply given कि 3-chambered heart होता है, उसमें क्या procedure होता है. Lungs तो होंगे ही बेटा, नहीं तो oxygenation और deoxygenation कैसे होगा? उनको भी तो they will also take like amphibians and reptiles, they are also taking oxygen. They are not taking carbon dioxide. So lungs are required for them to receive oxygen.
So ma'am, when the mixing of blood would occur, so there would be cells which would be carrying oxygen also, right? So basically
they also consist of hemoglobin.
So they won't get enough oxygen like as we do, right? Like oxygen as we do. So that's why probably their breathing rate is more than ours. For that reason.
We are the only क्या कहेंगे, animals that are taking more amount of oxygen during their breathing.
Okay, yeah, now I'm getting it.
Amphibians के पास gills के अलावा they have skin also, नहीं lungs के अलावा they have gills also, they have lungs also, skin also. So इनके पास ये जो lungs वाला respiration है, ये तो उनको they only require when they come out of the water, amphibians. Okay.
Yes,
बाकी
ma'am.
when they will inside, if they are present in the water, then they need their then they use their skin and their gills, है ना. तो ये लंग्स वाला चीज तो कभी कभी होगा उनमें, इसलिए ये रेस्पिरेशन, ये ऑक्सीजनेटेड डीऑक्सीजनेटेड वाला चीज तो उनको चाहिए ही नहीं ना, क्योंकि दे रिस्पायर थ्रू गिल्स एंड स्किन एज वेल. इसीलिए उनमें हार्ट इज नॉट वेरी मच डेवलप्ड, 3 चैम्बर्ड हार्ट होगा.
मैम.
हाँ बेटा.
मैम 5 o'clock हो गया है, आकाश चलिए रहना है.
हाँ बेटा, आज थोड़ा सा पता नहीं जूम को लॉगिन करने में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था, मैंने सिस्टम को पूरा लॉग ऑफ करके रीस्टार्ट किया तब हुआ. यू सी माय वीडियो एंड इफ यू फाइंड एनी डिफिकल्टी कॉल मी एनी टाइम, है ना.
ओके मैम, मैंने YouTube पे वीडियो देखा था.
आपका टाइम एडजस्टमेंट नहीं हुआ क्या अभी तक?
मैम सर से बात कर रही थी मैं कल, पापा कर रहे थे एक्चुअली, तो पता नहीं, मैं पूछ लूंगी पापा से आज.
हाँ, हो तो अच्छा है बेटा, नहीं तो मुझे इन सब का शेड्यूल चेंज करना पड़ेगा, फिर 3:30 से स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा, सब डिस्टर्ब हो जाएंगे. इसलिए
ठीक है मैम, मैं बात कर लूंगी.
गुड.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम.
ओके फाइन बेटा, बाय. ओके, ऋषा का क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं हुआ ना अभी तक?
Oh, ma'am, I understood. Yeah, like I got it now.
I don't understood. Tell me, what was your question?
Ma'am, my question was when the blood is getting mixed, like because it's getting mixed, right? So why does it need to go to the lungs? That's what my question was. And then, like I understood, like there would be some amount of oxygen which they would be taking, like from the mixed blood.
This question was same. This was the similar question. That's why I was asking, what are the procedures after it goes into the lungs? How does it like differentiate the oxygenated with the deoxygenated?
Actually, lungs में हमेशा deoxygenated blood will enter. That is deficient in oxygen. इसीलिए the partial pressure of lungs, partial pressure of oxygen, when it will be very less in the lungs, then oxygen will come and get bind, or the oxygen will enter into our lungs. ठीक है. When जब hemoglobin से oxygen bind कर गया, then it will flow into the body and we get oxygen. But like अब carbon dioxide बाहर कैसे release होगी? We get oxygenated blood and carbon dioxide जो होगी, that should also be released out of the body. So when the partial pressure or partial what was that? Partial concentration, partial carbon concentration, when it outside जब ये कम होगी तो हमारे अंदर से carbon dioxide will go out. This is the procedure that I have explained in that respiratory chapter. You just go and see that video and then you ask me what's your problem. Because अगर मैं अभी वो explain करने लगी तो पूरा class जाएगा उसको explain करने में. I have explained it to Risha. I think Risha को याद होगा. और Anvadya, you were also there, right? During the respiratory chapter. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am, I was there. Ma'am, I still don't understand. I think they both are saying the same question, but I don't understand the question. So if you could explain it to me.
Ma'am, should I repeat it again? The question?
Repeat it. Actually, I'm not also. मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा तुम exactly पूछना क्या चाह रही हो. मैं ढूंढूं भी क्या आंसर क्या दूं तुमको?
नहीं. Actually, I was asking that mixing of blood takes place, right? So
atrium, this is because of atrium. This same problem should also be present in 2-chambered heart. उसमें तो atrium और ventricle ही दोनों single ही है. अब उसमें कैसे होगा?
No, my question was like why there is a mixing of blood happening, right? So the not impure, deoxygenated blood is going to the body also, right? So how does it take oxygen from there? That was my question.
Through lungs. It will enter into lungs. फिर lungs में respiration.
The
Ma'am,
exchange of
is
gases.
it like they consume that mixed up blood itself? That's the reason why they have less energy in their body as compared to the four-chambered animals?
नहीं
Is
बेटा,
that the reason?
no, I don't think so. You think so,
So,
Risha? Is it possible?
like, what is she asking? Can she
I
repeat?
said that probably they consume that intermixed blood, and that's the reason why their energy, they consume less energy as compared to that of the four-chambered hearts.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Ma'am, actually, our teacher told once that because we have a four-chambered heart, like we have to differentiate between oxygenated and deoxygenated.
Deoxygenated blood.
So that's why we are warm-blooded animal and we consume more energy. So I think her point is correct in a way, because that's what our teacher told us once.
In that way, it is correct, but I don't think there is. No, I don't think so. Okay, is there any like correlation between these two? I don't think so. But I don't. I have to read. Then I can only answer you.
Animal Kingdom or some chapter, it was written that four-chambered animals, they have they require more energy. That's why they have four-chambered hearts.
To
More
maintain body temperature.
oxygenation and deoxygenation ka process, they are simultaneous process that are occurring in our body. Separately, those two processes are occurring. We are intaking carbon oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. ये है इसमें इट इज लाइक एनर्जी इज रिक्वायर्ड कि ये प्रोसेस जो होता है, लेकिन ये आई डोंट थिंक सो ये इसको उससे कोरिलेट करना हो सकता है. इट माइट बी पॉसिबल.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure about that.
Ma'am, actually, like what our teacher told us, because cold-blooded animals, they don't need to maintain their body temperature, so mixing
Their
of
body
blood is
temperature
fine with
changes.
them.
Yeah, their body temperature changes with change in temperature.
Yes, ma'am. So they use less energy than the warm-blooded animals, because they need to keep the oxygenated blood separate from the deoxygenated blood, so that the body temperature remains the same, constant. So they need to use more energy. So in a way, like it can be right.
Might be possible, but your question about three-chambered heart, I have to study, Risha. Then I can only answer like.
Ma'am, I thought that like what I am guessing now is that the mixed blood, the deoxygenated, when they mix and when it goes to the different parts of the body, some part of the oxygen is taken by the organs and the other is sent back to the heart, yeah, for getting oxygenated.
I'm also saying that only. Okay, oxygenated and deoxygenated blood get mixed in the ventricle. It is mixed blood goes. उसमें से भी it like I think mixed में से भी that particular amount of blood that enters into the lungs. If it is oxygenated, the oxygen is like consumed, and if it is deoxygenated, the oxygen will be added to that. And then again जो deoxygenated blood it is released out, then it will enter into the heart, and oxygenated blood is released out into the body. I am also trying to say that only कि ऐसा होता होगा कि मिक्स्ड अप ब्लड जाता होगा, लेकिन उसमें से भी जो ऑक्सीजनेटेड होता, मान लीजिए ऑक्सीजनेटेड एंड डीऑक्सीजनेटेड बोथ टाइप ऑफ ब्लड इज एंटरिंग इनटू द लंग्स. सो ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड नीड नॉट टू बी oxygenated again because it is already oxygenated, so it is, and it will enter into the body, and deoxygenated blood will become oxygenated in the lungs, and then again it is released into the body. फिर उसमें से जो deoxygenated blood again will be formed, then it will enter into the lungs again, और heart में ऐसा circulation रहता होगा उनका. I think
but circulation is like one way, right? So the blood which goes to the lungs comes to the heart. It cannot be like
it is
bifurcated.
See, if it is oxygenated, then it is released into the body.
How can we differentiate? Like you cannot, right? So
because they are bound with oxygen, and deoxygenated cannot be released into the body. It should be released to the lungs only, so that it can become oxygenated. And carbon dioxide released. Oxygenated means what? It is rich in carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide release करने के लिए it have to be enter into the lungs, ताकि carbon dioxide release हो जाए and oxygen can bind to it.
Ma'am, like, but what I thought was like the mixed blood, when it gets mixed in the ventricle and auricle, some part of it goes to the lungs and some part of it goes to the body parts. So when it goes to the lungs, it gets oxygenated completely and it comes back to the heart. And when it goes to the body parts, some part of the oxygen, whatever is there in that mixed blood,
It is consumed.
It is consumed and it comes back to the heart, and this cycle keeps going on. Am I right?
I also think so. ऐसा ही होता होगा, and this is like zoology topic, so I can say yes. हाँ ऐसा ही होता होगा. Otherwise, I have to. I will study and will get back to you about. I will study.
Because if there are bifurcations after lungs and heart, between lungs and heart, it does not make sense, right? Because even in human body, there's no there's a common vein which takes blood from the lungs to the heart, and there's no in between. There's no other bifurcations.
Total system. हाँ.
Yes, ma'am. So I think it would be the same for even the 3-chambered hearts.
Might be possible. Anavadya, what happened, beta? You should also suggest something. कोई बात नहीं, चलो. Should I proceed? आज ये चैप्टर फिनिश करना था हमको. कोई बात नहीं.
We have 20 minutes.
Okay. So human circulatory system. So Risha, just drop a message in our group. What was your question particularly? What you want to ask?
I don't know how to frame it, ma'am.
No, just write whatever you think. I will search it and will get back to you. We should
Or
know.
it's basically like, how does the circulation in 3-chambered heart takes place? That's my question.
This is the procedure that I have explained you already.
So
Oxygen.
like what happened once the blood in the ventricle
get mixed up. How does
after that what
blood
happened?
enter into the body or lungs after mixing up into the ventricle?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Yeah,
all.
how does the blood goes out of the ventricle in case of 3-chambered heart? Then we will get the exact answer.
Yes, ma'am. That's just that part, because I think that's what is confusing all of us.
Okay. So human circulatory system, it is also known as blood vascular system. It consists of the muscular chambered heart, that is I have explained you earlier. It is 4-chambered, and a network of close branching blood vessels and blood, the fluid that is circulated. So it chalo, let's take break for 2 minutes. Go and drink water. What happened, Anvadya? Is there any network problem?
Yes, ma'am, my network connection is unstable, so I couldn't hear you.
Okay, now I am on mute. No, I am on unmute. Now you are able to hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Risha, should I start, beta?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So human circulatory system, what are the different parts? It consists of a muscular chambered heart, the blood vessels, and the blood, that is the fluid that is circulated. So it is a mesodermally derived organ. Heart is a mesodermally derived organ. What do you understand by this, Anvadya? Asmi? Risha, you can also answer if you have an answer.
Ma'am, probably it is situated in the mesoderm or arises from the mesoderm.
Beta, it is formed from the mesoderm. जो layer है, ectoderm,
Yes, ma'am,
endoderm, and
germ
mesoderm.
layer.
There are 3 layers. So this is derived from the mesoderm layer. Network problem किसके I have like, is there any problem in my network or what? Is there any problem in my network? Okay. Okay. So and this heart is derived from mesoderm, that is the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. We have 3 layers. Skin ki 3 layers we have. You know that?
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Okay,
Germ layer.
so this heart is derived from mesoderm and it is situated in the thoracic cavity. So it is the heart. This area is known as thoracic cavity. It is present in the thoracic cavity in between 2 lungs. This is first lung, this is second lung, and it is present in the thoracic cavity in between 2 lungs, and it is slightly tilted towards the left. So our heart will be always present in the left side of our thoracic cavity. Okay, you know that? Okay, so it is protected by a double walled membranous bag or the pericardium that encloses the pericardial fluid. So what is pericardium? It is a layer or the double walled membranous layer that protects the heart. And what is pericardial fluid? It is a fluid that is secreted by the serous layer of pericardium. So pericardium is two layered. एक फर्स्ट का नाम है, this pericardium is 2 layered. I have added or I forgot to add. 2 layers होती है pericardium की. I should have added I think. Okay, I forget to add. There are 2 layers of pericardium. So out of okay, yeah. The outer is pericardium consists of 2 layers, an outer fibrous layer and the inner serous layer. Okay. So this pericardial fluid, it is the serous fluid that is secreted by the serous layer of pericardium into the pericardial cavity. So this is extra thing, याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just keep in mind that this heart is protected by a double walled membranous layer known as pericardium, and this pericardium enclose the pericardial fluid. So pericardium की 2 layers होंगी, outer is fibrous and inner is serous. So this pericardial fluid is released from the serous layer of the pericardium. Okay.
And what is serous exactly?
Hey, is there is network issue? समझ में आया जो मैंने बोला? वो मुझे क्यों लग रहा है that there is network issue?
We can hear you fine and we can see your screen.
You all are getting freeze again and again, so I think okay, network problem is at my place. I thought so. See, again you all got freezed.
We can see you fine. We can even hear you.
है ना? ठीक है, चलो, it's fine. So,
Ma'am,
our heart consists of 2 chambered.
Ma'am?
So 2 are relatively small and upper chamber.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Yeah. Ma'am, Risha had asked the same question. Ma'am, what is serous exactly?
Network problem है बेटा. My network is unstable now. Tell me.
Ma'am, what is serous?
क्या हो रहा है भाई? Please ask me again. What happened?
Ma'am, what is serous layer? Serous.
Serious? What?
Ma'am, SEROUS.
This is a layer.
Serous fluid.
Pericardium.
What does it mean? Serous मतलब क्या होता है?
It is a name of the layer यार. ये
like fibrous is like fiber. Okay, fine.
अब ये नाम है यार, नाम देने वाले को सोचना चाहिए था. Because this layer form the serous fluid. It is a type of fluid that is enclosed in the pericardium, or it is also known as pericardial fluid. That's why it is named as serous. और यहाँ serous layer से बनेगा, इसलिए that fluid is known as serous fluid. I don't know why it is named as serous layer. it is like it is not given in your book, but I have added, इसीलिए add किया ताकि तुमको समझ में आए कि serous fluid क्या है, because it is formed from the serous layer, that is the second layer of the pericardium. Hence this pericardial fluid is known as serous fluid. I have like added this extra thing so that you won't get confused कि serous layer से कहाँ से आया. What is serous layer? It is the second layer of the pericardium. The first layer is outer layer is fibrous layer and the inner layer is serous layer. Suppose pericardium का तो शायद explanation इसमें है नहीं, but फिर भी suppose this is a pericardium layer. So this is outer layer, this is inner layer. This outer layer is fibrous layer and this inner layer is serous layer, and this serous layer is responsible for formation of that serous fluid or pericardial fluid. बस उतना ही पता है, उससे आगे I don't know why it is named as serous. I don't know. ठीक है? Okay. So we consist of 4 chambered heart. 2 are the relatively smaller parts that are atrium. This is right atrium, this is left atrium. They are comparatively small in comparison to ventricles. This is right ventricle, this is left ventricle. So ventricle are the larger portion of the lungs. Okay. A thin muscular wall called the interatrial septum separates the right and left atria. So now पहले अब ये diagram समझते हैं हम. So this is the diagram of the heart. This is right atrium, this is left atrium, और क्या नाम बोल रहे हैं ये? What is that? Interatrial septum. ओहो, interatrium septum दिया भी नहीं है उन्होंने. Interventricular is given. Interatrium is given? No. So there is a septum or a wall that separates right and left atrium, known as interatrial septum. Because it is present between 2 atrium, so it is named as interatrium. और अगर within 1 atrium होता तो क्या होता? If there is some septum that is present within 1 atrium, then it would be named as
intra, but why would there be a septum between an atrium?
I'm just asking that if you have any confusion between intra-atrium and inter-atrium. This confusion should not be there. मैं हमेशा confuse होती हूँ, इसलिए I'm asking you, okay, you should not get confused. Inter or intra का confusion, it's a very big confusion. ठीक है? Whereas a thick walled the interventricular septum, it separates the, okay, so here it is given, this is interventricular septum that is separating 1 and 2nd, left and right ventricle. So I think this is interatrial septum that separates left and right atrium. ठीक है? समझ में आ रहा है ना ऋषा, अनवद्या, अस्मी?
Yes,
You are
ma'am.
understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the atrium and the ventricle of the same side are also separated by a thick fibrous tissue known as atrioventrical septum. So atrioventrical septum is what? It is a thick type of fibrous tissues that are responsible for separation of atrium and ventricle of same side. So this what is this? Atrioventricular septum. Okay, atrioventricular node is this. Where is atrioventricular septum? It is also not given here. अधूरा diagram में. Okay, so guess के यहाँ पे there should be some septum that is responsible for separating this atrium to this right atrium to right ventricle and left atrium to left ventricle. So दो atrium के बीच में भी there is one septum, 2 ventricles के बीच में भी there is one septum, and there is one septum also between right atrium and right ventricle, and similarly there is a septum between the left atrium and left ventricle also to separate them. And if a septum is present between right atrium and right ventricle, then how they are connected? So these septa are provided with an opening through which the 2 chambers of the same sides are connected. So this is an like type of there should be some opening or some hole like structure between these 2 chambers so that they can be connected. Asmi को नहीं समझ में आ रहा है ना Asmi?
नहीं मैम, I was just gonna ask.
मुझे लग गया, I can see your face. Kasmi is not understanding. Actually, this that is the theory is only explaining whatever it is given in your diagram. So ये तो याद ही करना पड़ेगा बेटा. इसमें there is nothing to explain. अब how
Ma'am,
can
I will also read once before
how
class.
can I explain that there is a layer or septum that is present in right and left atrium? It is present, it will be present. I can't do anything. कैसे explain करूँ? And there is a layer that is responsible for separation of two ventricles. It will be there. फिर there is also one septum that is responsible for, एक बार और try करती हूँ explain करने का. Suppose this is right at, suppose क्या है ये? This is right atrium, this is left atrium. Okay, so this right atrium and this left atrium, they are separated by a septum that should be present here. ठीक है, assume कर लो, just guess. ठीक है, एक यहाँ पे atrium और septum is present that is responsible for separation of left and right atrium. लेकिन अगर how if क्या हुआ भाई, अब मेरे लैपटॉप की बैटरी भी गई. Very good. Wait, give me 1 minute. Let me put my laptop on charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Laptop battery dé. Just keep hold. Mute नहीं किया मैंने. बंद है वीडियो बंद. ओके, हाँ अस्मी, अब देखो बेटा. ठीक है, तो what is the first, just नाम हर सेप्टम का you have to learn it by yourself. I'm just trying to explain कहाँ कहाँ सेप्टम प्रेजेंट होंगे. ओके, सो ओके, जो राइट एट्रियम और लेफ्ट एट्रियम के बीच में देयर विल बी वन सेप्टा दैट सेपरेट राइट एट्रियम एंड लेफ्ट एट्रियम. right ventricle and left ventricle के बीच में भी there will be an septa to separate left atrium, left ventricle and right ventricle. Okay, so along with that a septa is also present between right atrium and right ventricle यहाँ पे to separate them. But if the septa is completely closed, then इन दोनों के बीच में supply कैसे होगा? For that, a small hole or an opening will be present in that septa so that the things can be transported from atrium to ventricle. अब समझ में आया?
Ma'am, that's the chordae tendinae.
I don't know यार.
Ma'am, लिखा है, there's in the diagram.
हाँ, that is chorda tendinae. मुझे सुनाई दे that's called tendinae. I don't know यार. हाँ, that is known as, नहीं, chorda tendinae तो I think कुछ और ही होगा.
Yes, ma'am, it's the valves.
They are the valves that are responsible for supplying the things from atrium to ventricle.
Yeah, they are the openings, right? The
that is present in that septum.
tricuspid and bicuspid.
Bicuspid वो अभी आएगा. ये थोड़ा जूलॉजी का है ना, इसलिए मुझे खुद को थोड़ा पढ़ के पढ़ाना होगा. तो how much time is left? आज ये फिनिश तो कर पाएंगे हम, ये जो अभी चल रहा है हमारा?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
होगा ही नहीं तब तो. आगे नहीं बढ़ते, आज हम इस हार्ट के स्ट्रक्चर को देख लेते हैं एक बार ढंग से. ओके, सो कहाँ तक पढ़ा? ओके, अभी तो हमने सिर्फ सेप्टम्स पढ़े, that there are few septums that are responsible for separation. Okay, so the opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle, that is right atrium and right ventricle have an opening that is guarded by a valve. So this is valve that is formed of 3 muscular flaps or cups. The tricuspid valve, where a bicuspid or mitral valve guards the opening between the left atrium. Okay, ठीक है. अब tricuspid और bicuspid क्या है ये तो मैंने ऐड कर लिए, बट मैंने खुद ने पढ़ा नहीं what is tricuspid and bicuspid. Okay, so there is an opening that is present between the right atrium and right ventricle that is guarded by a valve. एक valve होगा that is muscular and it is tricuspid valve. So what is tricuspid valve? It is the valve that separates the right atrium from right ventricle and prevents blood flow from flowing back into the right atrium during contraction of the ventricle. So ये अपना heart is pumping like this only, contract and expand. So when the heart get contracted, then अगर ये valve नहीं होता, what would have happened? The blood from left atrium, क्योंकि right और left atrium में different types of blood will enter. ये तो पता है ना, एक में oxygenated and एक में deoxygenated blood will enter. So during contraction, if this valve was not present, then it might be possible कि इस valve में जो ये hole था या valve था, अगर ये नहीं होता, opening होती, तो blood would have entered back to that atrium. लेकिन this valve is responsible for like maintaining the backflow, or we can say preventing the backflow of blood from right atrium, from left atrium to right atrium during the contraction. आज इतना ही समझेंगे, एट्रियम वेंट्रिकल बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है, अभी समझ में आ रहा है ना? थोड़ा टफ है ये चीज. अभी मैंने पर नोट्स तो नहीं है ना, मैंने ये कंप्लीट हो गया है, मतलब मेरी तरफ से आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड नोट्स फॉर दिस चैप्टर, सो आई विल सेंड यू these notes. So एक काम करना, before coming in tomorrow's class or day after tomorrow's class, just go through it and ask me the questions that you have related to this chapter, ताकि साथ साथ में हमारा क्वेश्चन वाला पार्ट भी होता है, जो पेंडिंग चलता है ना, that's not good thing. And have you started doing that assessment for bio as well?
Biomolecules.
No, अस्मी को नहीं पता है क्या रिशा?
नहीं
She
मैम
don't-
पता है.
Oh,
Bio
the
assessment.
assignments.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, assignment, assessment. मेरी डॉटर का असेसमेंट कंप्लीट करवाना है, सो असेसमेंट इज ऐसा चल रहा है दिमाग में, असेसमेंट. ठीक है, असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट इट, हाँ, बिफोर और ऑन 7th.
Yeah.
या टिल 7th. ठीक है, अभी आज का क्लास में कुछ समझ में आया या सब बस ये हार्ट वाला चीज एक काम करेंगे, वी विल स्टार्ट अगेन फ्रॉम दिस इन आवर नेक्स्ट क्लास, है ना? मुझे लगता है आई शुड एक्सप्लेन वंस मोर, ये तो कंफ्यूजिंग रह जाएगा. वैसे वाल्व तो समझ में आए होंगे ना, खूब सबके बीच में सारे वो सेप्टम है, स्टार्ट यहीं से करेंगे. चलो ठीक है, सो मैं भेजती हूँ, आई विल send you the notes of this chapter today only. Just read it and then come. Again, 5 people are waiting. Time is over.
Yes,
Yeah, ma'am.
चलो, चैप्टर कंप्लीट करना था मुझे आज, लेकिन आज बहुत स्लो चला हमारा क्लास. इट्स ओके. बाय.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
बाय अस्मी, बाय ऋषा, बाय अनुवद्या,
Bye, ma'am.
बाय बेटा.